For every movie lover out there, I am willing to bet that there's something in particular that just gets under your skin. This could be gore, creepy dolls, you know, like staring from a distance, Michael Myers style, like anything. But there's got to be something that when you see in a movie, you just don't like, you're not a fan of. For me, that's fucking mannequins. Well, just mannequins. Platonically, they're still creepy. I don't mind what you get up to in the privacy of your own home. I can't quite put my finger on why. Like, I can walk about Primark quite happily and not shit myself, but when I see them in a movie or a game, nah, not for me, not a fan. Thinking back, I don't quite know exactly when it started, because it's not something I've always dreaded in movies or games. The earliest I can think back to is that level in Condemned: Criminal Origins. Just me saying that to anyone that's played Condemned, you know what I'm talking about, this scene. It's fucking weird. I didn't like it. It was when they all looked down the hole at you. No, not a fan. So when I seen a movie that leaned into this as an actual plot, well, for the better of this channel, I put on my big boy hat, sucked up the courage and decided to watch it. I may regret this. And that movie in particular was Don't Look Away. Seems pretty low budget, par for the course here on this channel, but you know what? I'm going to take a chance on it. I'm going to see what it's all about and how far they can push creepy Mannequin as a full horror movie. So without further ado, grab yourself a drink, kick your feet up, and let's just see how creepy, horror-ish, and downright terrifying Don't Look Away can be with its mannequins. Ah, it's gonna suck, isn't it? Like, no, it's not necessarily bad, it's just gonna be a rough one. We are opening up here on a carefree trucker cruising along and the tunes are slapping and he's got a sub in his hand. Now, for copyright reasons, I'm not sure if I'll get flagged for the tunes, but trust me when I say they slap. Is it just me though, or does this look like a miniature was used? I can't imagine they actually did use a miniature given the production and budget of this movie. It looks really cool though. I'm really into this shot and the way this just looks. Like, it kind of looks fake, but it's not fake. I'm into it. I love it. Here we go. His carefree attitude though comes to a very swift end when he gets jackknifed by these ruffians here to rob him. There are police sirens in the background as well though, and I don't know if they're alerted to this instance or they're just around always, forever. Not the best neighbourhood potentially. No, come on guys, be quick. Like, there's police sirens. This is not a time to dilly-dally. Do your job. Well, not your legal job, but do your job. Odin and his right-hand man here are walking up to a singular crate at the back of the lorry and it's already creepy. I wonder what's in it. What? We know it's the fucking mannequin, right? We know it's the fucking mannequin. I can do this. I can do this. We cut away before anything is seen, thankfully, but these men are down for the count. Nah, fuck that. Did you see that? Like, it's in the back and then it's outside the truck. We are 2 minutes in. I hate it. I'm hating this already. Our driver manages to shake it off, but then he comes face to plastic? Face to shapeless plastic face on the mannequin. It's the fucking mannequin. It's awful. What does he do though? Like, surely it can't be that bad, right? Oh, no, it is bad. It's very bad, clearly. Bloody hell. Cut on over to the driver though, and we see it in the mirror just before we jump over to the title card. Now already, that was a terrific opening. We got the creepy setup of the mannequin. We don't understand what it can do, but we understand it's a threat. And I'm not over it. That miniature sort of shot, loved it. Let's just see if the movie keeps up this momentum. The police are finally here, and hold up, don't they look like drama students to you? Like, they don't look like they were fitted for these costumes, more like there was a big box of outfits in the corner and they just picked a few up.
After the accident, did you notice anyone else?
Yeah, he's definitely still in class with that performance. Our gal Frankie here says that she's seen nothing, which, let's be honest, is probably the best bet she could do right now. Clearly there's no car wash on her way home because she just drives on up to the house with her brand new paint job. Her man, though, is a creep.
Hey, hon. How was your day?
Not necessarily a bad creep, just a creep. He makes me feel very uneasy. Not as much as the mannequin. He's up there.
Okay. good idea.
Anyway, poor Frankie breaks down, because let's be real, it's been a bit of a day for her. And Turtleneck here, yep, he's there to comfort her. Jump on over to this new face. It seems like he is getting one very serious phone call.
I don't give a damn about the insurance. It won't cover the cost of another life.
Is he like the truck business owner or a mob boss? It's hard to tell with this dialogue. It's morning, our gal Frankie is whipping up some eggs because Turtleneck is an arse apparently. Like, she killed a guy last night and he is still not moving towards making breakfast. Like, look at him, he's sitting like a fucking kid as well. It really annoyed me at this bit. And he's sitting with his knife and fork like a child. Fucking Turtleneck. He's actually so keen for it. Have some cereal. Give Frankie the day off. Not much comes from this breakfast and it does go on for a little bit. All you really take away from this is Turtleneck tells Frankie that somebody called Hector's coming round later to like pick up the car and clean it and fix it and scrub dead body off it. Like he's going to fix it up for her. Cut on over to later and fuck this movie. Fuck it. I'm going to do it. Frankie's in that sort of can't settle, bored of everything, just doesn't quite know what to do mood, which is more than fair.
Did you see anything?
Like, again, she killed a guy. I mean, I'm not wanting to slam on you, Frankie, but your KD's looking good right now. I love that moment. I like that we see her just unable to settle, because in a lot of movies, I think they dramatise that. You know, they have somebody breaking down, they're probably in the shower and their clothes on sort of moment, whereas here, it's quite real. You know, I've felt like that a lot of the time. And you as well have probably had a day or two in your life where nothing quite, you know, scratches that itch for you. That's Frankie right now. Granted, I'm not saying we all did it by the same circumstance, but, you know, she killed a guy. The door dings. And it's that old package is at the door trick, but there's nobody in sight sort of thing. I don't understand the logic to this ever in a movie. Steve here also messages at the same time that the door goes off. He fucking done it, or someone else done it and he just knew exactly when it was being delivered. Like, that is some efficient delivery system right there. We do get a very quick flash of the text here, and I'm talking like a second. So, of course, I paused it, and she leaves him on red a lot. No wonder he's a bit of a creep. Like, he only wanted some Arby's. She turns him down yet again, but the dude here, yeah, he just keeps on at it, because Steve's got game after all. Oh, so Steve is the boyfriend, so Steve is Turtleneck. Fucking hell, he is weird. Like, yep, Turtleneck is Steve. I fucking called it. He's a weirdo. He is a creep. Old toothless Hector rolls on up to the house next to pick up the car keys to go give it a nice clean.
I'm gonna need the keys.
As you'd expect for the next little bit of the movie, Frankie's just kind of wandering about, you know, getting spooked. Nothing you've not seen before. You know, a door creaks and she's on edge. It's that kind of shit. We hear the creaking louder and she just dips, rightfully so.
Frankie?
How long was she there for? Like, she wasn't even mid-chap. You know when they open the door in a panic, like, you would see them doing that motion because they're ready to, like, knock the door or something, or, like, ring the doorbell. She's just standing there.
What is it? What's wrong?
Is this how you normally go to somebody's house? Fucking hell. They look into the cupboard, and I mean really look into the cupboard. Like, she stuffs her nose in for some reason. We don't see her once, like, rummage through the clothes. No. She's sniffing it. We cut on over to club time, because in a moment like this, when nothing's quite working for you, it's time to party.
What are you even doing here?
You should be at home resting.
And we quickly learn that Lewis is a dick.
Hey, the guy's ghost could be haunting her right now. You don't know.
Lewis,
What?
this is why you'll always be single.
Okay, let's get another round of birthday shots for the birthday douche.
Yeah, boy! All right, shots.
Dude, this movie came out last year, and that song is how old? Oh god, I'm old. And he is a douche, I agree.
Yeah, boy!
Frankie's left alone with her friend here, who looks like an extra for Macklemore's thrift shop or something like that.
What?
The friend, though, catches the eye of this young lady.
Hey, you. Do you want to dance?
somehow, looking like that. I mean, is that what works? Do I need a massive furry jacket? Is that what I'm missing in life? Her pal is looking to get her whole, so Frankie, being the good friend that she is, decides to stay back, make sure all is well. You know, nothing's going to go wrong. She just finds love for a night, gets her whole, so they of course immediately do drugs. Of course they fucking do.
The answer to all your problems.
Because they are reliable.
One pill isn't gonna magically make everything better.
But what if it does?
We just get a lot of dancing now for a while, like a lot of dancing. It just goes on, and they're not even the best of moves. We know what the best moves are. I had to get that in somehow. Like, I just had to. It's amazing. I fucking I love it so much. Eventually, Frankie is not feeling too well after all.
I'm not feeling well.
Her friend, though, she looks like a member of Rainbow Rhythms.
Let your body dance you.
After boogieing down a lot, and I mean like a lot, she has to go for the old face splash. But uh-oh, shit is happening now. Like it's starting, it's getting weird. She is making her way through the darkness on the search for more drugs.
Molly? Molly, is that you?
Oh, right, sorry, that's her friend's name. Sorry, I thought she wanted another hit. I think we can all agree shit is not looking good right now. What the fuck did you do, Molly? DJ Mannequin up there just starts up the tunes again. And they all dip, because of course you're going to. He might be talented. He's a fucking mannequin still. It's closing in, and just like sex at tea in the park, it is fucking intense. Molly gets out, but Frankie, yeah, she can't work out how to push the push handle. Like, she's stumbled by this. It's right there. It's the big handle there, Frankie. You can't miss it. It is almost the width of the door. Things quiet down, and she decides to use her cheeks to open the door. Maybe that's why she had a hard time with it. But, oh, fuck. The mannequin's got Molly. The person Molly, not the drugs Molly. Fucking hell. It doesn't do drugs in this movie, but my God, what if it did? Frankie returns home and the party is just super chill here on the porch. You know those kind of low-key red cup affairs where everybody's happy just kind of sitting about? It's one of those.
Everything all right?
The police rock up now and take her statement, which of course sounds insane.
So you said the killer was a mannequin?
Like a Bloomingdale's mannequin?
We are now just following Jonah walking home because the party has died now.
You're calling it a night.
And so is a nightclub. And Molly. But mainly the after party. That's really what made Jonah leave. Like, he was fine with the rest. Again, not much really happens here. He's walking for a while. He passes a dog, and then he sees that same dog later, but ownerless. Her dog was acting scared though. Like, I really hope that dog knew how to act scared. And they didn't actually scare a dog for this movie. It's something I will always think about in a movie when you see a dog having to like be in a scene and act a certain way. You know, some people can cry on cue. I hope a dog knows how to like be sad and scared and whimper on cue and not actually sad. I'm overthinking it, I know. I just don't want it to be sad. Anyway, Jonah here must have had one well too many.
Excuse me, I said I got your dog.
It doesn't even look human, mate. Like, it looks just human, but it looks like so fucking alien. It's obviously not the owner. Jesus Christ, Jonah. We keep on walking and the music just cuts like it's cyberpunk battle music glitching out. He looks around and just like a next employee, he is surrounded by mannequins. I wonder if he can get out of this one. Not even sorry. Piss jokes aside, it's really creepy, it's jumping about the place, it's from a few different angles. It closes in on him, so he just dips hard. Again, I fully agree with every dip in this movie so far. This creaking noise you hear from them though is great. They don't use it every time there's a mannequin, but it's really fucking cool. Like, you know what's creaking, but it's just got this kind of, I don't know, it's weird. It's like it's communicating, but it's not. Love it. Great touch. He stumbles into old Red Shoes over here and his very not creepy van. You fucking know he's giving out free sweets in there, don't you? Like, he's got that written on the other side of this van for sure. I mean, I fucking called it, because now we see the most efficient child snatching you've ever seen. I mean, I don't condone it, but credit where credit's due. That was fast. Oh, never mind. He did. Was it just there? Like, how did the van guy not see it? And why was it behind the van? It's getting weird now. And it's like mysterious weird, and it's a little bit mysterious, and a little bit mysterious in the sense of why? Do you know what I mean? Back on over to Frankie, and our man is just doing his best to comfort her.
The police are gonna catch whoever did this. That's their job.
He is just looking for logic, and to be honest, he does have some okay theories.
A gas leak? Bad drugs? I don't know.
Like, I'm with him at this point. Minus his breakfast behaviour. Like, man, fucking learn to cook an egg. Like, he's definitely less creepy now. I'm willing to concede on that, Steve.
That way I can be there for you. Help you through this. Sound good?
Oh, never mind. You fucked it, pal. You fucked it. You're back in there. You're back in the creepy books. Right. Get off her now. Like, he's getting really weird. Get off. We can't end a scene, though, without just a little bit more weirdness, can we? Nope. Roll on the weirdness.
Steve?
Yes.
I need you to believe me.
Is he actually evil? Like, I know he's weird and we don't like him, but like, I can't work out at this point if he's actually a villain or not. He's just weird. Jonah heads on over to Frankie just to talk out the weirdness, and he's not changed. Like, look at him. Fucking hell, that shirt is in really good nick after a night out. He must fucking stink though.
No matter where I went, it was there. I don't know why it didn't kill me.
They get to Googling all this mannequin business and see if it's, you know, one of those Reddit things.
No, this is ridiculous. We're talking like this is one of those Reddit creepypasta things, like Slender Man.
What if it is?
Do creepypastas still exist? Like, that's a genuine question. Like, I remember loving them back in the day, but I couldn't tell you the last time I read one. Reddit and creepypastas aside, Jonah actually finds a video of somebody that also went through a similar thing and like experienced these mannequins.
I lost it. I blinked just for a second. Now it could be anywhere. It's killed everyone I know, and I'm so tired. I'm constantly looking over my shoulder.
Again, it looks like a really bad YouTube apology, doesn't it? The whole gang's now here to be talked around into this idea of a killer mannequin just taking people out, because they need answers, and the best they can offer is creepy mannequin.
This is a joke. Right, Jonah? Jonah?
The douche from earlier is now being less douchey, which, thank God.
Frankie, we love you, but...
How does it kill? This mannequin. How does it kill?
But also, work on your first impressions, please.
Yeah, boy!
She gets caught in a death stare and, oh fuck, it's here now too.
Alright, cut it out.
Too far. Seriously.
It's closing in too this time before it just disappears.
I've had enough. I want to go.
No, please, you have to believe us.
I hate it. I hate it so much. But where did it go, I hear you ask?
It was right there. How could it just disappear?
What the hell?
That's who he looks like. It's been bugging me this whole movie. Do you remember Todd in Community? Yeah, he looks like Todd. This is irrelevant. It's just been annoying me. There you go, in case it was on your mind. God, I hated him there too.
Offense taken!
Anyway, Todd aside, let's get back onto the scary mannequin. Steve comes in and he is definitely thinking she's crazy now.
Hey, guys.
And Frankie has the worst friend group.
We went over this.
But it was right there.
I'm so sorry, everyone, but I'm gonna have to ask you to leave.
Nobody says a fucking word. Like, there's so many. Jonah tries to say something at the very end.
Steve, she's not...
I'm really disappointed in you, Jonah. I thought you had better sense.
There's 10 of you. No, somebody say something. And like, Jonah, you've seen it. You've experienced it. Fuck me. You just don't have her back. They leave and start discussing it more.
And then our imagination takes over. I bet the mannequin looked different to all of us.
Only if you'd done that when Steve was there, it could have went very differently. As for the mannequin, yeah, he's got new targets now. Or she. Or it. It's hard to tell. They're pretty flat at the front. Everyone now has gone their separate ways for the night. Not much really happens here. We just kind of cut to them all contemplating their newfound knowledge and getting on with the evening. Jonah, or should I say Flesh Boy, reaches out to that girl from the video from earlier, and then we just cut on over to Todd having a nice little swim. It just follows him into the water now. Like, it's in the water, then it's back out the water, and then it just keeps jumping around. I really like that. It's just weird and unsettling. Like, this movie's much more creepy than it is horror. You know, it's meant to make you feel a bit uneasy more than anything. Well, as uneasy as you can with a mannequin. Got to agree with Todd here, though. There's nothing scarier than swimming into some crotch. He gets dragged on down, and sadly, that is it for Todd. We didn't know you long, but what we did know, you were a bit of a dick, so you won't be really too missed. Certainly not in that friend group, they're shit. Frankie wakes up in the middle of a night to some really kind of sus whisper talking. Like, is Steve on the phone? Is somebody around?
Steve? Who are you talking to?
Nope, just him being fucking creepy yet again.
I had the most terrible nightmare. It was the most horrible dream I ever had.
Oh, you think that's bad? Just you wait.
I strangled you until you were dead. I butchered you. I cut you up into little pieces and...
He is giving off some serious Dennis energy right now, and that is not a good thing.
I will dice you into a million little pieces and put those pieces in a box.
He is a bit intense though. In love or in scary murder death dreams, he's intense either way. He needs to chill.
I love you more than anything in the whole wide world. And I'd never let anything hurt you. You know that, right?
Our gals are colour coordinated and ready to set off for a new day. We now just start cutting around all the friends to see kind of where they're at, where their headspace is at, and they're all on edge. Fuck me, I mean, this one's got an itchy trigger finger. We haven't seen the mannequin in a few scenes, it's more just them being on edge. Oh, never mind, there it fucking is. Right on cue, mannequin. Cut on over to a far too close shot of Steve as Frankie leaves. Why do we get that shot so close? It doesn't need to be that close. We know what he looks like. You can pull back a little. Flesh Boy here though gets some contact from our like mob boss or truck driver owner from earlier.
Who is this? Listen to me and do exactly as I say.
We still don't know who he is. Like, we've had him twice. They're making him mysterious. He is definitely a mystery at this point. Jonah though, with his newfound friend, is trying to rally the troops together because he's got some shit he needs to talk about.
This guy, Victor Malik, he said he was having the mannequin shipped to himself.
Can it be stopped?
Malik's on the next flight out. He can explain everything then.
Our gal with a gun though is not subtle whatsoever, but uh-oh, the mannequin is closing in. Drake is on his way home to old quick-fire Madison over here, and I don't imagine anything is going to happen.
Jonah, mind your own business. Madison and I are going to be just fine.
Oh, there it is. You just know when the shot's framed like that, you know? Someone's over to one side, shit's about to happen. For a simple movie though, and quite a low-budget one, this looked not bad. Not gonna lie to you, I slowed it down and watched it a few times. More just to see how bad it was. I was looking for something funny in there. I was quite impressed. Doesn't look the best. It really doesn't look bad at all. Like, you fucking felt it. Did she jump herself though? Of course she didn't. Which begs the question, what does it do exactly? At first I thought it was maybe like It Follows, where you never know, but you just like get killed and you're all fucked up. This one's like physically pulling somebody underwater, it's physically pushing somebody. So like, does it actually move? Does its arms move? Does it have elbows? Like, these are the questions I need to know. We just go on to a bar to catch on up with old creepy Steve here having a drink.
It's just what I needed.
He's just on his own though, just talking to who we can only assume is the bartender. Like, we don't see it. He's not doing so well.
Recent events have complicated things.
Cut on over to Isabel now, and she is on the move, getting blocked in, sort of like Weeping Angel style. This thing's just jumping front and back on her. Like, surely she'll get out of this okay, right? Never mind, of course she didn't. Back on over to Steve.
It's time for me to get back to the old ball and chain.
And he fucking was talking to nobody.
Can I have another one?
I called it creep from the start. And this wasn't written out and then I edited the start to make him a creep then. I fucking called it from the moment he showed up.
How was your day?
Fucking turtleneck put me on edge. Drake rolls on into Frankie's house to deliver the very bad news about Madison.
Make sure none of us.
Jonah, though, has learned that this thing, this mannequin, this it, will kill anybody who's seen it. That's the thing that this movie's doing. That's the angle of it. Drake, though, is having absolutely none of it.
Man, I'm not waiting on for some freak you met online to show. And do what exactly? Perform an exorcism?
I know the acting's been kind of rigid so far, but fucking come on, Drake. Like, you need to do better.
The mannequin needed people to see it, and I... No. I did exactly what it wanted.
Ah, so that's how it works. Clever. So at least there's a kind of reason why there's plot armor.
That's why Malik told me to get everyone together. We need to stay here or we'll be exposing more people to it and this will never stop.
I expected less from this movie, I'll give it that. Like, they're trying to cover their bases pretty well. Steve now rolls on home and he is just on one.
Hey guys. What's up?
He's got that passive-aggressive vibe in spades, and not gonna lie to you, I fucking hate this vibe so much.
I know you don't believe us, but if you've seen what we've seen...
Jonah! So good to see you, buddy. Been seeing a lot more of you these days since Frankie started spending all of her time with you.
Like, if he came home angry, it would be easier to watch than this passive-aggressive shit.
It's real, bro.
It's real, bro? Oh, bro. That's so crazy, bro.
He does it well. I hate it. Why has he still not seen it yet? Like, next time it shows up, take Steve with you, please. Let him see it. Let him have a staring contest with it, then look the other way. I'm begging you.
Just like your mother.
We've got one rocking on up to the house. Like, is it now time? Is this it?
Don't go near it!
Listen to her, man.
Steve, please!
Thank fuck for that. Maybe any moment now. Like, it's gonna happen. It's inevitable now. Fucking fingers crossed, Steve. We hate you.
Nothing to worry about it.
Steve!
Idiot.
Oh, fuck you, Steve. Just die, please. Just fucking go. The gang all come to that realisation that this thing does kind of work like the Weeping Angels. Like, if you look away, it will move. So as long as you're watching it, it's not going to move. It will stay there.
Every time we look away, it seems to disappear, but for some reason it's still there.
Not everyone looked away.
Which, to be honest, they really took their time with that information. Like, they probably could have worked this one out sooner. Jonah, I imagine, would have also been told it. So the gang coming up with a solution decide to take the mannequin, put it somewhere that no one else knew will see it, and they'll take turns watching it. That's pretty good, right? That sounds like a fair solution to this entire situation. Doesn't sound like a long-term solution, but it'll work for now.
We can't watch it forever. We're gonna need to sleep eventually.
Like, what is the end goal? You still have to do something. You can't just spend the rest of your lives watching it one at a time. You're gonna burn it? Chop it up and you all take a little piece with you and just always have it? Like, who knows? Frankie checks in on Steve and, well...
I wanted to check in and see
why I'm such a jerk.
Yep, that sounds about right. They start to bond, and not gonna lie to you here, Frankie is the most understanding partner I think I've ever seen in a movie. Ever.
We're both under a lot of stress with everything that's going on right now. You know, your thesis, the accident, the deaths.
What the fuck are you talking about, girl? He has a thesis. It was still your accidents. Death's all around you. Your friends are dying. Fucking hell, he should be stress-free in comparison to you. Hell, he should have negative stress, and you can give him your stress, and then both of yous are negative. Do you know what I mean? Like, he is so far less 𝗃𝗏𝘀𝗀𝗃𝗏𝗃. I fucking hate him. I hate Steve.
That's so crazy.
Like, fuck it, I hate him. Like, #KillSteve. No, not #KillSteve, that. I'm not promoting violence. However, this character in this movie, yeah, he can fuck off. We get a glimpse of Drake on the first shift watching the Mannequin, and everybody is just trying to chill. Frankie and Jonah start to bond about the good old days, because there has been this kind of undertone of something more with them, but they've never been explicit, and it's been like, I'd say dip your toe in the water, I mean like your pinky toe. Do you know what I mean? They've just touched on it.
Going to the movies together, Steve's sitting right there while I'm just finger blasting you through your jeans.
Oh, damn, Frankie, you did give up a different type of life. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but Steve doesn't strike me as the finger blasting type.
Sound good?
He overhears this and decides to make a creepy move on her friend, I think. It's hard to tell what he's thinking at the moment, or if it's even legal. Do you know what I mean? I'm not. You can put two and two together. Frankie brings on in some coffee to Steve, and fuck me, we see that he is going insane now. Like, shining levels of insane. The writing, then the bar earlier as well. Like, what the fuck is going on? Where is Steve, though, I hear you asking?
Steve, no!
The fuck is he doing? He's lost it. He's lost it. Bring that hashtag up. Hashtag don't kill Steve, because that promotes violence, but, you know, just fuck him up somehow with a mannequin. Like, do that. Like, is that too many characters? We'll go for it.
You don't know what you've done. Don't know what I've done? I'm a PhD candidate, Jonah. I know things you couldn't even begin to comprehend.
You might be smart, but you're not wise. Like, they're not the same thing. If I need to know about that one thing you have a PhD in, sure, I'll ask you. If I need life advice, I'm going to go to a person who's probably lived more and not just studied one thing for years. Do you know what I mean? You're also a dick.
I don't know who you are anymore.
You never did.
The mannequin just keeps on burning and melting while Steve is just insecure overload right now. Nobody looks until eventually... Holy shit, even God is getting involved now. Like, this is... We've got a little group. We've got a weird demonic mannequin we don't really know about. And we have God. It's... We've moved up the ranks. I mean, this isn't a religious movie, but lightning just struck this thing and, well, that's an act of somebody, alright. Steve just continues to be a dick and heads back inside, so, like, he's doing exactly what you'd expect.
It's just a mannequin. Sorry. Was just a mannequin.
I always knew that guy was nuts.
You and me both, Drake. I agree with you on that one. We hear a scream inside now. Is this it? Is it time? Who's inside the house? You know who's inside the house, don't you? Oh, yes. Fuck you, Steve. You're finally gone. Fucking yes. Gross, though, still, isn't it? It's still gross. Like, even no matter who it was. That's still a bit weird to look at. He has this really unsettling kind of stop motion feel to him as we cut over to the mannequin holding his head. What this mannequin can actually do is bizarre to me. Because to chop off a head, that isn't a swift motion, right? Like, I can't understand. I'm just trying to imagine a mannequin physically attacking me knowing that it has no joints. Like, it can probably move its arms. Do you ever get an action man with no elbows? It's that sort of... Imagine fighting it. Frankie literally does not react to Steve's death whatsoever, and I love it. Full support for you. Full support. The gang regroup just to go over the game plan once again, because, well, so far it's not really went well, so they need a refresher.
As soon as you set your eyes on it, do not look away.
They are going to look at it and stay looking at it. The only problem this time around is it's now fucking with them.
Let's split up.
This isn't Scooby-Doo, Jonah.
So it can do the lights as well? I don't know. They now just need to get to the fuse box, get these lights back on.
Use your phones.
There! I saw it!
Where?
It could be anywhere.
Let's just take a quick moment here because I do need to ask something. Why is it in like all movies where they go for the fuse box, it can be like either a human killer, it can be, you know, based in reality, or it could be supernatural. They go for the fuse box, and then whenever the protagonist goes down and fixes the fuse, it works again. See if you're the killer, or the monster, or creature, or supernatural thing, and you have the ability to take a fuse out, surely you also have the ability to break the fuse box. Look, I've not been in the situation as this mannequin or the other evil people in other movies, but it always just strikes me as such a half-arsed attempt to actually fuck with them. Break all the lights, or don't. All they're doing is wanting somebody down in the basement right now. It's like the killers just don't care enough. I like a killer that cares, you know, put us in a bit of effort, put us in a bit of elbow grease. They're the killers for me. So sorry guys, rant's over. Back on over to the movie now.
Use your phones.
There! I saw it!
Where?
It could be anywhere.
Everyone's okay. The boys flip the fuse. Everyone's alright. It's happy news. We get the lights back on.
Damn, Jonah, that was close. What took you so long?
Drake and Jonah are heading back to meet the gang, but uh-oh.
Where's Drake?
Just gearing up.
Yeah, I've got a feeling Drake might be next. You will be missed. You weren't the worst, actually. No. Your performance fucking was, though. The door now goes, and we all set off to check who's at the door. Does nobody in this movie care when someone dies? Like, we're supposed to believe Frankie and Steve are an item. Steve's a dick, so I'll give her a pass. But this is all one big friend group. The grieving process seems to be about 60 seconds. Like, look at this for a moment. Drake just died, and then the doorbell goes and they go check on the door, and they're fine again. And no one that's died in this movie has been talked about after they fucking die. Sad to say, the best reaction, and the closest to reality, which I'm saying very loosely, was Drake's reaction with Madison. They get to the door and it's that like mob boss phone guy. However, he's blind. Of course he's blind. I genuinely didn't see that coming. I mean, neither did he, but you know, I genuinely hadn't considered that, and it is painfully obvious. He is monologuing hard right now.
There was no mistaking its presence. Darkness unlike anything I'd ever felt.
I'm not going to go through it all, but really, it just killed his family and he has been hunting it down since. Will we learn where it came from though?
Only the devil himself knows.
Oh, never mind then. It was worth a shot, I suppose. There you go. Has that answered the question for you? He takes one big swig of the world's smallest coffee, and now we all just have to wait for this mannequin to return. Frankie pops the kettle on and then hits out with this.
The blind leading the blind.
Fucking great writing there. Well done. You pat yourself on the back. Now that things are kind of settling, well, while we wait on the murder-death mannequin, Frankie and Jonah have a moment. Wait a minute, fucking hold up. I know Steve was a dick. I would like to think that you also agree Steve was a dick. However, not only is the grieving process just non-existent in this movie...
That's so crazy.
He was alive, like, moments ago. Like, within a few hours, I would imagine, based on the timeline here. His headless body is still on the property. You fucking cow, Frankie. We're meant to like you. Like, we never seen his body getting taken anywhere. There is a headless corpse of her ex-partner somewhere in the property. Maybe she just cannot wait to get blasted again. I mean, who knows? I'm sorry, I've said it, right? I'm sorry. You never know.
Finger blasting you through your jeans.
The mannequin pops back up.
Get Victor.
And now we need to wait for Victor to know what to do next.
Victor, it's back! What are you doing?
Okay, maybe we don't need Victor after all. What the fuck is going on? He is making his way in now to the sole survivor, and I will be honest here, his reasoning, yeah, it's not the worst. He's not as evil as you think.
You're the last one who's seen it. Once you're dead, its powers will be lost.
I mean, even if he is an absolute dick about it. I know I've had a few Dead by Daylight references on this channel, and trust me, I'm not trying to force them in, and they're not intentional, but this guy is like the spitting image of Gunslinger, isn't he? Eyes and all. He looks like Gunslinger. I never did like him. You know, the chain thing just didn't work through too many obstacles. Not a fan. The mannequin is inside now, and we get a pretty fucking intense chase. This is one of the movie's high points for me. She has to run from the mannequin, but also stay quiet from Victor. So she's getting chased from two entities who aren't chasing each other, if that makes sense. It's pretty fucking creative. She dips into her room and sees it outside before it just disappears and is now behind her. Surely you would just leave from that window whilst continually staring at the mannequin, right? You have eyes on it, the blind guy is outside the room. If you were to climb out that window, keep making eye contact, or at least have it in your peripheral. Does peripheral vision count? The movie's never clear on that, but surely that's your best course of action right now. Apparently Victor has superhuman hearing now anyway, so that probably wouldn't have mattered. He drops his spiky looking butt plug here and lets the demon out. There's a lot going on for Frankie right now. She needs help, she needs assistance, but unfortunately, there's nobody left there. Oh, never mind. Jonah is here to save the day. And I mean really save the day here. Fucking chill out, Jonah. Like, fucking relax, dude.
Jonah!
The dynamic duo here need to head to the hospital whilst closing the door on the mannequin, and again, would you not take it with you? This movie has been covering its bases, smart decisions throughout, and now, in this final chase, Frankie is just doing all the wrong things. They make it as far as the garden here, Jonah is struggling, so Frankie heads back on in for a final showdown. Let's fucking go. Oh fuck, it is still there. Now I do really like this shot unironically, because like it is behind her, but it's seen in a mirror, so it's in front of her. It's fucking brilliant. It looks really cool here. The music changes up and it's a little unexpected, not gonna lie. Like, she came in to kill this thing and end it, but now is she going to pump it? Like, this? The doll wasn't made for that. We've seen it. It doesn't have many features. So what we see is it's locked into its own stare, so it is both winning and losing the staring contest. It's a little anticlimactic. Fast forward ahead to when the dust has settled and we see that Frankie and Jonah have rekindled their finger-blasting relationship from the past. Jonah finally asks what's happened to the doll now.
So, what happened?
Okay, sorry for another rant here, but I'm going to make this short and sweet. I hate this in movies. Now, we know Jonah's asked that question so that we as an audience learn what happened to it, okay? I get it from that perspective. I feel like he would have known what was going on probably immediately. I would have asked at least on the way to hospital at the very latest. That's the rant over. Back onto the movie. Cutting on over to the mannequin, it's back in a container with just the worst employees ever.
Yeah. Great, that's the third one this month.
I only wonder what's going to happen next.
Well, at least it's insured.
I didn't cut that there, by the way. That is actually how the movie plays. Like, that was not me doing some trickery. What do you think is going to happen here exactly? Take a guess. Take a wild stab in the dark.
Well, let's clear this up. Hey, where'd it go?
That's right, it is gone, and then for one final shot, and then credits roll through. This movie was a weird one. I can't help but feel like it was inspired by It Follows and The Shining, but they didn't really have the budget of either of those. Two movies that did amazing in their own right, but together feels like a bit of an odd combo. And whilst I do like a mysterious figure, you know, like one of these presences that's just killing off the group, we never learned that much about its origins from old Gunslinger.
Only the devil himself knows.
Now, I'm willing to accept movies where you don't learn every detail about what you're trying to take down, but give us something, you know, at least give us breadcrumbs that viewers can theorise and put together. Just saying it's the devil doesn't really do much for us. Now, in the movie's credit, it did do a hell of a lot right. I went into this expecting it to be nothing but a jump scare fest, and I was pleasantly surprised it wasn't. We had those moments where it was just in the background very vaguely. I personally love that. You know, like The Haunting of Hill House had it as well. There was just ghosts all through that show. But the vast majority were not jump scares. They were just there, and if you seen it, it was creepy. And if you didn't see it, didn't change a thing. Some of the moments with Frankie were really good as well, like her having a downbeat, a moment of uncomfortability. Wasn't dramatic. Movies nailed it there for me. What they done with a mannequin, can we be real? It was fucking good. Like, I don't know if they just had a mannequin and needed to pump something out. It was interesting. They kept it somewhat fresh. It wasn't fresh. It wasn't stale either. It was like leftovers in the fridge from the night before. It's technically good still. It's just not as good as it could have been. That being said, mannequins, yeah, they can still 100% fuck off for me. Like, I'm not going near them. Seeing them in the distance, I thought was creepier than seeing them up close. Not because it took the fear away, but just that ominous Mike Myers stare thing of, like, it's watching you, but it's biding its time. Like, that creeps me out more than somebody trying to get you. Do you know what I mean? The characters here were the worst part of the movie, which is sad to say. I mean, individually, they all done their job okay, but as a friend group, none of them seem to care about each other whatsoever. And I kind of like a movie where it's believable that the friends are actually friends. Can't say that here, but don't look away. Why did it kill that kid from earlier? Like, do you remember the one behind the van? That was weird. Like, I understand why. The kid probably cycled down and seen it and it killed it immediately. That was odd that that happened. That's a weird choice. Anyway, so that being said, that was just my viewing experience and tour guiding you through the horror classic Don't Look Away. Do you also just fucking hate mannequins? Please do let me know. Or any other sort of horror kind of cliche. I'm curious to know what gets under your skin when it is kind of normal in everyday life. And if you can think of any movies that are kind of these low budget that you feel deserve a little bit more love, or are pretty bad but laughably bad, please do let me know. I might cover it. I'll add it to my list and I'll have a wee look at it. And just rounding things off, if you've made it this far, please do consider hitting like and subscribe. It really does help out the channel. I love to see it. And of course, just as a thank you to those members as well, I'm going to put you here just now, somewhere probably there, I'm guessing, because I'm pointing there. Thank you so much for your support. Like, it helps me do this channel. And in the likes of 𝗃𝗍𝗁𝗏, it helped pay for the DVDs. So thank you so much for subscribing and joining up and becoming a member. Now, with all that behind us, and as always, thank you so much for watching.